Starting stream. Alright. Let's see if we're live. Oh, I signed out. Wait a minute. Sign in. There we go. Okay, well I can see the questions, that's all that matters. Okay, and then are we live? We are live. Okay. And then let me post the link and announcements, and then we'll start the debate.
Alright, there.
And then I'll explain how it works, get my timer ready. Both of you will have 2 minutes to say your initial statements about your 3 topics. My channel, go to the stream, your 3 topics. There we go, and then post this in the announcements.
Yeah, he's blowing up, he's blowing up, he's blowing it up, he's blowing it up.
Debates.
Haikyuu's trying to blow it up, by the way.
Blow what up?
The Capitol, he literally placed a block of TNT.
Well, he should remove it. Because if he does blow it up, then he'll get removed from the server. Yeah. Okay, where's Chim at? Come back, Chim.
Here.
I don't see you. Oh, you're down there. So, in the left corner, we got a little feature, also known as... Say your name?
Gilbert.
Gilbert.
Do I like say my opening statements?
No, not yet.
Okay.
And then in the right, we got Chonga Chimmy, also known as Chim. Yeah, so I'm going to have a little feature go first. Let me get my clock here. You're going to have 2 minutes to say something, and then when it gets down to the 10 seconds, I'll let you know if you are getting close or whatever to the end of it. Alright, you have the floor, and 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, hello, my name is Low Feature, or Gilbert, I go by both. My main 3 topics I'll be probably presenting today is growing the server, getting rid of the Spawn Act, which allows the mayor to tear down shops that have not been restocked in the past 2 weeks, and expanding the government, aka putting in a council. Or, yeah. I'm done.
Okay. Chim, you have the floor.
So, one of my first of 3 main points is that I am going to continue to invite new active players to the server, which I have been doing for the past couple of days with the help of Lord Jojo and Galaxy Wolf, who have been doing a great job advertising, and with me interviewing and Stanley accepting players, we should get a bigger community, and the server shouldn't go extinct, as you could say, any longer. And second thing is I will spend all, if not most of my time terraforming and organizing Spawn, as in making more area for shops to be formed, having a talk with Chaos and Crouching about the big area that they claimed, and also opening up a lot of area where shops are that I think they shouldn't be. And lastly, one of the most important things, in my opinion, is that I will take everybody's voice as with the same power, and I will take everybody's ideas into account, and I'm in no way biased, so everybody has an equal voice in any decision.
Okay. Alright, so we're going to start off with the first question, and then both of you will be able... So I'm going to start with Chim to answer the first question, and then if you would like to debate with Chim, right, in your initial statement, you're able to, and then after that you both have 30 seconds to just keep going at each other about this topic if there needs to be. So, if you so choose to. Okay, so the question is, why should the people trust you to be mayor over your opponent? How can you give the people the peace that you're going to do the right thing always for the greater good? Okay, Jim, you have 2 minutes to explain that question,
All right. So,
to answer it.
in terms of trusting me over Gilbert, I don't think there's much of a difference there, other than I have been on the server longer. Not to mention that he joined less than 24 hours ago. But what was the second half of the question? I'm sorry.
What's going to give the people peace that you're going to do the right thing?
So, as I said in my opening statement, that I would take everybody's voice equally. You can trust me because I have been a mayor before and nothing really went wrong, I would say. And basically, I always go with the majority of the community, and if there is even just a 1% differential, I will always listen to them. But other than that, you can trust me to keep things organized, make sure there's nobody goes insane, nobody does anything bad.
Is that it?
Yeah, I didn't. That was a pretty long question. So I
Yep.
can't really-
Okay, so I'll repeat the question
Alright.
for you.
Okay.
Why should the people trust you to be mayor over your opponent? How can you
Well,
give
sorry about that.
How can you give the people peace that you're going to do the right thing always for the greater good? Go.
Well, first of all, I have no biases. I came on the server a couple days ago, so I'm pretty sure people can trust me on not to unfairly distribute or give people like some different powers that they usually shouldn't have. Can you repeat the question again? It just my mind blanked out.
Yes.
Yep.
It's,
It's a weird question, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's two questions.
So the first one is, why should the people trust you to be mayor over your opponent? And then the second one is, how can you give the people peace that you're going to do the right thing always for the greater good?
Well, I think I could give them peace by putting in the Kyzer council, which would fairly distribute the amount of power that the government has instead of just having one person and having the government being able to vote on something that the people might want or the people might not want.
Okay. Would you like to respond to that, Jim?
I just have to point out it has not been a couple of days. It has been less than a day.
I apologize.
That
then.
yes,
All right, but
It's
also,
been less than a day. What, Jim?
that since you joined the super.
Okay. What would you like to say, Future?
Well, you say that nothing went wrong during your while being mayor, but you signed or you made an act that allowed Haikyuu. Well, we could probably. I wasn't on the server at the time, but it allowed him to tear down a lot of shops without like anyone stopping him because of his act that he put in while he was in his
Here's my
mayorship.
objection to that he actually misunderstood that act in a way, because it does say without excuse, and he did not put that by Stanley of those shops being somewhat of a memorial and a memory to those who are either unlisted or the shops who look good. And even though they were not stocked, he definitely should have clarified with Stanley, which I'm pretty sure is part of that act.
I mean, it's the act still allowed him to. I mean, it might not have been it might not have been fair completely, but you put in that act which made him misunderstand it to the point where he was
But-
taking other people's shops
But
unfairly.
he did. He did it. He block logs it. He sees that they haven't restocked. No questions asked. He would take it down. Some
Fair
of them
enough.
he got permission, but that's not what that act is intended for. in any
What is
way.
the act intended for?
He has to, number one.
No,
alert
I'm
the
asking
person.
you what it's for.
Yeah. the owner of the shop, it does say that without excuse. So he should have clarified, number one, that there
No,
was
but
no
I'm asking
excuse.
you what the act is for.
If a shop, if a
No, no,
shop
no, no. What
hasn't
is it
restocked,
for? Like, what is it helping
yeah,
in the
Okay,
server?
let
it's
Chin
helping
let Chin.
inactive
Alright, yeah.
shops.
Alright.
It's helping get rid of inactive shops that are in the shopping district.
But what if someone wants to shop up? Say, like, it was a friend that got off the server and doesn't talk to them anymore, and that's the last bit of memory they have of them.
Then that would be an excuse.
Fair enough.
Okay.
My point exactly.
All right. We'll move on to the next question. Feature, you'll be the one answering this one first. Do you think there should be a max number of players on the server? If so,
No.
why?
Sorry about that.
Go ahead.
I do not think so because, well, if the server is growing more, then there's going to be more shops and more things to do in the world. There's going to be more farms. There's going to be more, like, player activity and all. So I do not think there should be a player limit.
Okay.
That's it.
Chim?
Yes, I 100% agree. Theoretically speaking, we're not going to get 1 million players on the server.
Yeah, of course.
But if this does get more and more popular, the long-term players that we know are going to be long-term players that we have now. For example, probably Chaos, Kenu, Crouching, a couple other people. They could help manage potentially and have a higher power than new players or players that haven't been on the server as long. And we could also up certain rules and requirements, such as the playtime rule, if it really gets too hard to manage, which I doubt will happen. But yeah.
Okay. Would you like to respond to that feature?
No, I agree.
Okay. So the next question that we're moving to is, what's the first thing you'll do when you're mayor? Jim, you have the floor.
Okay, so the first thing I'll do when I'm mayor is continue what I'm doing now, continue to advertise. But when I am mayor, what I'm going to do is make some changes to spawn. As I told you, I will potentially do a lot of terraforming around. But and most importantly, if I'm going to do something around somebody's shop, I'm going to notify them and tell them that I'm doing it and make sure they're okay with it, which I don't see why they wouldn't be. But if there is some reason, I will always clarify. So what I would do is, me or other people who would be kind enough to help, I would terraform the forests around spawn so people can just expand, and also ask Chaos about that big area he claimed and his plans for it, because it is a very large area that spawn could definitely expand to.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all
Someone
about
fucking hit me.
ban 'em,
It wasn't me.
I think.
Okay. Are you done?
It was a skeleton. I'm watching the stream right now.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Alright, oh yeah, he's right down there. Hey, the guys that are messing about, if you guys kill the mobs, that would be very useful.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to die.
Kill
Alright.
the mobs. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Alright. You have the floor. Do you need me to repeat the question?
Sure.
What's the first thing you're gonna do when you become mayor? Go.
Well, hopefully, I will be able to sign the Kyzer Council into the server, and what I would do with that is put them in charge of the spawn and let them like choose what they want to do with it, because I think Chimmy going just at it, like focusing on one part of it is a bit reckless. I think that there should be different people assigned to different parts of the spawn. Say like there would be one representative or council member, as we call them, that would be like looking at, like, say the middle part of spawn, like, oh, this shop hasn't been active and there's nothing wrong about it. Yeah, I'm going off on a tangent. I don't want to keep going on this.
Here,
So,
Gilbert,
yeah.
I have a question actually.
Okay.
Can you tell me the difference from an act and a rule?
A rule would, I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, that's where I feel people would.
Well, you're kind of just basing this off of me not knowing what a word or
No.
So
a
no,
statement
no.
is.
So
So here,
I can clarify that. So the act is what the mayor makes, and a rule is what a person makes.
Thank you.
so Gilbert,
I got that mixed. I got that confused. I'm sorry.
so basically, if you don't become mayor, that would be more of a rule.
Okay.
And
I would
but-
still want
but
to pass
since
that
I-
either way.
yeah, since I do agree, I would probably make that an act for you. But I
What
just wanted to
the
clarify that.
council?
Yes, I
Okay.
agree with that. I think that's a great idea.
What, having council take control of spawn?
Maybe I'll go over it, make sure there's nothing wrong with it, because I'm not gonna mess up on something like that. I'm not
Okay.
gonna miss anything.
Okay. Would any of you like to add to that?
Nothing.
Okay. All right, we are now moving on to number 9. Who did I start with last time? Was it
Him.
Start with
so start with feature?
Yep.
Okay.
1 second.
So you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Feature, what distinguishes you from your opponent?
Well, I'm new, and I have, in my opinion, bigger ideas than him. I don't think that. Well, I don't think that. Like, oh my God, I'm sorry about that. Well, yeah, that's basically it. I'm new. I'm sure I have bigger ideas than him. I'm sure I could do a far better job than him. And yeah, I feel like I'm more confident in my ability, and I'm more confident when I speak.
Okay. And Chim?
Repeat the question, please.
Yep. Let me grab it right here. What distinguishes you from your opponent?
Okay, so the first part of him saying that he's new, I think that's actually a downside, because there is a reason I'm not implementing big rules like you are with this council. It's because I have experience, and even with my own servers, I know potential consequences. But although I do agree with your council act, I have thought of other things that, after a couple minutes of realization, have come to a quick end because of all the different possibilities of what could go wrong. And I don't think Stanley had to tell you about everything that could go wrong, and maybe some things you didn't catch. And also, I want you to really walk me through how you think you're gonna do a far better job than me.
Okay.
Well, you want me to respond to that?
Yes, because you did say that.
Give me 1 second. Well, first of all, I think I'd do a far better job because I'm pushing for far stronger things and more important things. Terraforming a place at spawn isn't gonna help or fix anything. It's gonna open up land at spawn. This council is gonna control the entire server. Not control, but like help dictate what is not in the server.
So let me get this straight. The only thing that you're saying that puts you above me is that you want to make a council. That's the only thing.
No, it's not.
Okay,
I would
well,
I would
continue.
help bring a bunch of players. I do applaud you for your like getting a bunch of people in this server. Like,
So
you
you
got
would
me in
help?
here. So yeah, I would help. Yes, I
You
would.
would?
I would try to get more people involved in that because I think that a couple people is not enough. I feel like there should be more if we want to grow the server a
But
bunch.
here's the thing that we have to tell you about you not knowing much is that half of the server, most of the people, Stanley and I and a lot of other active players, we actually ran into a little predicament where we all got IP banned because one of us, I'm not going to call names, but one of us messed up and we all got shut up. We all got IP banned and we're not able to advertise. So right now,
Well,
I just have Jonas and Galaxy doing it, but if you were to do it, I can show you how and how we can prevent that problem from happening again.
Yeah.
Because if that
And
happens
also-
again, we might be screwed.
And also, I forgot to mention this. Another good thing about the council would be that they would vote the players that they want in, so there wouldn't just be a random person who would probably X-ray or do some malicious things on the server.
But the process they go through, what's going to be different from the council? What's going to be different than what it already is?
To take
How's it
well,
gonna be
weight
more
off of
different?
Stanley's back, because he's been the one interviewing everyone. It's going to be more people doing this, and
Gilbert, it's been me.
no, he's been the one interviewing. He's the one who brought me. You're the one who brought me into the server. He's the one who got me into the SMP, like the Minecraft server.
So what feature is saying, like, I'm the one that decides the final decision whether somebody gets to join the server or not. The
But I am the
council
person that
is
likes-
going to be the one that's able to do that, to decide if
So,
someone's able to join the server
The
or not.
steps are gonna go advertisers, then me or whoever takes my.
I think
interviewing role,
there should
and
be
then
more interviewers,
council.
because I feel like Jimmy doing it all by himself is gonna. Well, hopefully when we're pushing out more invites, then there's gonna be more people, and I don't think Jimmy wants a ton of people in his DMs.
It's really not, because the way our advertising works, I'll tell you later, but it's really not, because
Okay.
we're limited to how many people can advertise.
Okay. Well,
So that's really not a problem. But Stanley has interviewed. Props to Stanley. He used to do this all by himself for a long time, I suppose.
Oh yeah, you have no idea.
So,
But yeah,
big credit there.
okay. So, do you guys want to continue on this topic, or you guys want to do your guys' questions now?
I want to do this question.
Okay, so little feature. Let's go with your question. You can ask Chang and Jimmy.
well, I already asked this question earlier. I got a response, and I really don't think we have to go over it again. It was about you. I was gonna ask you, why do you think you should still be mayor after you allowed Haikui? I understand, corrupt guy, yeah, or corrupt mayor actually, to take down shops without permission just because of your act, and he was probably sitting behind that act as a way to, well, do that.
As I said,
Sorry,
he
Haikui, I
did-
love you.
He
Even though I don't know
did.
who you are.
He did misread that act. He did misunderstand that act.
Well, who's the
And-
one who made them? Who's the one who made the act? You probably should have made it clear if it was that easy to misunderstand.
Well, I would be happy to let you rewrite it. Or
I was going to, well, reform it or abolish it with the.
you're gonna fully abolish it?
Yes.
Why? What's your big problem?
Well, I don't think that
You like
shops.
you dislike every single part of that act. None of it should stay.
Well, I mean, I understand the ones that are not. Well, this is what I wrote down. The ones that are not historically or important, basically, like the ones that don't have any history. Like, say, there's just one that a random player built, a one-day player, and then he got off forever. That's fine. That's a reform. I'm not gonna abolish it completely. I misworded my question.
Okay.
Statement.
Shim, you want to ask feature your question?
So my question that I think a lot of people were kind of wondering is, why are you running for mayor and want to make so many changes to the server, putting into account that you just joined and have little to no experience on this particular SMP?
Well, not having experience isn't really a lot of isn't really a big deal.
On this
I mean-
particular SMP.
Yes. I know, I said on this SMP, it's not a particularly big deal. Because I'm trying to figure out what's right with the server, and what I figured out right now is that we need to take away this. You're confusing me a lot. Can you restate the question?
Okay, so basically I'll dumb it down even more. So why are you running for mayor even though you just joined? How about that?
You know, I'll be completely honest. I came in the blind, and I actually enjoyed it a lot, and I decided to kind of go with it. And
Wait, hold on. Now that I'm thinking about this, this is history this is history repeating himself. This is the Chaos Panda. Stanley, do you see what I'm seeing? This is the Chaos Panda. I got him into the server, and now this is kind of going on. Kind of ironic to me. But
I
yeah,
don't know what you're talking about, but sure.
it's fine.
Sorry.
well, what I was saying, I came on this server kind of blind, and I saw that there was something that said, hey, if you want to vote, if you want to run for mayor, just let me know until the end of the day or whatever it was.
Mhm.
And I
About the
thought,
time.
wow, why not? And
About
then
the
I
time
started
you
learning
didn't
all
know
of this. No, I didn't know anything. And then throughout the entire day, I've been learning, and I feel like this day has really like helped me learn about this SMP a lot. And I'm glad that you, yeah.
If you guys want
And
to just, okay, keep going.
I,
because of this running, now I feel good about you're gonna be a long-term member, no matter which way it goes.
yeah,
So that's all.
I am really determined.
Because
You guys like let me in. You guys gave me stuff. You guys gave
You
me a
learning-
start.
you learning about the SMP, it just hasn't it hasn't let you into a bunch of information about the SMP. You've also made a bunch of relationships already with
Yeah.
long-term members, so that was good.
We done here?
No. So, do you guys have any questions for each other? Any more questions for each other?
None that I can think of right now.
You still
Okay.
coming over later?
What?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's all I need. I'm
Okay.
dropping out.
So I'm gonna see if I can think of a question right off the spot real quick.
Are you trying to
um,
drag this on?
No,
This is actually quick.
it was pretty quick, to be honest with you. The thing that I like, let's actually check how long this was. 26 minutes.
26 minutes.
Yes. My thing is little feature, right? You said
Yeah.
something about you were going to have the council be in charge of like certain parts of spawn.
Yes.
So does that mean you're creating factions?
No, not at all.
So
there's not going to be any like different groups. It's just going to be people helping reform different parts of spawn.
so
'Cause maybe like
I-
there's something wrong with this part, and this person wants to deal with it. There's something wrong with that part. That person wants to deal with it.
Okay, this is what I have a question for you. It seems like you're still making stuff up on as you go with this council. So when you
Well,
do put
actually,
this
no.
into
I had
effect,
this one written.
I want you to consider every single possible scenario that could happen and who's going to be in control of what, as you said.
Well, the people will
I
vote. The
don't
people
need
will
to-
vote whoever is in council in. It's not like I'm just gonna pick whoever's in like a Haikuai, or Haiku, whatever. Sorry, you and Stanley.
did
It's gonna be the people who vote. then.
Chim, did you see what I wrote in debate chat? Did you ever read that?
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Did you read that?
Yeah, there's still some things that he's adding. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Um,
I know.
I added it after the fact. I'll be honest. I was trying to get a little bit of a leverage from the server owner. I did add the spawn act without really knowing that much about it, but now I do know a little bit more.
all I said was my opinions,
I
but anyways,
What?
no, he's being.
I'm just
But
being
I
Gilbert
think
here.
that's dumb, to be honest. That I agree with everything else, but I think that's dumb.
What is?
What's
Assigning
dumb?
certain part of.
No,
shop
no.
to
It's
this
not
shirt.
gonna be assigning. It's gonna be whatever they want to do. They're gonna be in charge of it. I'm just saying, like, say this person wants to be in charge of this part. This person wants to be in charge of this part. It's all up to them.
Oh,
Well, yeah.
well.
Like divide
I
and
just don't
conquer
think
kind of
that's
thing.
a very good example.
Yeah, I don't either. It was
Yeah,
kind of a
it's-
pointless thing,
yeah.
in my opinion.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I can't really have an opinion in it. I can, but.
I do
um,
kind of understand what you're trying to say.
Mhm.
I'm not a very good talker under pressure. I thought I was gonna
No.
go in here fine, and yeah.
Yeah. Now,
Oh.
Chim, are you going to clean up spawn? Is that what you mean by like the landscaping
Yes,
and stuff?
organizing. As we discussed, which I guess you wanted to do already, was keep the shops that are aesthetically pleasing, as in that honey shop,
Uh huh. Slime.
good looking shops like that redstone shop. I actually like.
So,
What
what about the spacing of the shops? So, are you gonna do anything about that?
Yes.
Whoa. Oh, okay. You go.
Okay.
Oh, wait, is it
Okay,
my
go
question?
feature.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to hear what you gotta say.
Well, I did see a couple that were far too close together. I'm pretty sure I read in the rules earlier there's a 200 block rule, correct? Or is that for
That's for
bases?
bases.
No, that's
Okay.
for bases.
Well, I think there should be more of a gap between them because I feel like it's kind of just a little bit cluttered right now. But yeah.
So, do you think that you would make an act saying that they need to be at least 5 blocks apart, kind of thing, or?
Actually, yeah. I feel like shops should not be that close together.
Oh
Fuck.
boy! Oh boy!
Huh? What do I do? I'm just gonna.
Anyways, Chim?
I hate to kind of go kind of off subject, but I just got a DM from this guy named Gerald Stanley. He said that you told him to DM me.
I told him the DM. You?
His name is Gerald. He's in the server.
Yeah, he
okay.
just
I'll deal with that later.
it says I filled out
Sorry.
application. Should I contact that person? I
think
said
I'm good
I
for
said did you contact him basically?
No,
I'm gonna
hasn't
make
DM'd me.
sure I don't have any. Back up the server if you can. I don't know why they keep telling me to back up the server. Okay, that pretty much concludes the debate, unless you guys have anything to add in a closing statement.
Well,
I
back
actually
about
do.
What's-
that spacing between shops.
Uh-huh.
The ones that are existingly, for example, small ones, those could potentially be moved. But for more to come, we should make a rule about that.
Yeah, I agree.
Perimeter wise, I think the township spawn act actually says something about that. But
All right, I have one thing to say.
Okay.
It's totally off subject, but yeah, I might not be a great speaker right up here, but I will 100% meet on all of my promises.
let's just say Gilbert. If you ask Stanley who's the better speaker here, you're far ahead.
Really?
Just based from previous experiences.
Well, I mean, it's not based off of that. I mean, it's based off of right now. I'm not doing very well speaking, and I think I probably should have prepared better.
Yeah,
better.
actually, I'm kind of surprised of myself because, what, a couple weeks ago, Stanley, I talked to you. What would I do? I'll do something like maybe this. I don't know, man.
Sure.
Basically, if I told him, if he asked me how are you, that answer would be 4 minutes long.
Well, I think we're done here. What do you think?
I have one question though. That's
Hello.
also off subject. Why is Jonas in an Emerald Throne? Who
Fix
wants
that.
some beer?
Okay. On that note, we're going to end the debate. We're gonna kind of
Subscribe to PewDiePie.
give a little thing on. What are these up here? What the heck?
Oh!
What? Wait, he killed you?
How did you accidentally kill somebody?
I don't know. We're
He
it's
says
not mine.
why.
I
Alright.
didn't mean to.
That will conclude the debate, and the election will start, I guess now, pretty much, and then it'll be up for a while. So, yep. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the debate, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye, and take care.
Tell me what to.